We are in the final episode for the docuseries, The Science of Brahma Muhurta. You can quickly catch up on what you have missed. While you are at it, a quick recap to touch upon the fact that we have established an analogy between the universe, our internal biological clock, and the daily as well as seasonal rhythmic patterns. One of the defining characteristics of the ancient science of life, Ayurveda, is the relationship that it has with the wisdom of nature. Ayurveda teaches us that our bodies doesn't exist in exception to the nature. In the modern age, we have forgotten the natural and instinctual ways to nourish ourselves. The penultimate hours before dawn, beginning 1.5 hours before sunrise, is called the Creator's time. In Sanskrit, the term Brahma means creator and Muhurta means time, such as the divine time, the hour of God, auxiliary hours, etc. You must be familiar with the idiom, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy and wise. It means that individuals who sleep early, sleep well, and generally get enough sleep and start their day early can accomplish more and become more successful. Just like all other living organisms, birds are as well entrained to the natural cues of sunrise and sunset. We can easily correlate this to the similar pattern of how birds wake up in the wee hours of the morning. From the roosters crowing to a euphony of various birds in their rhythm and timbre at dawn. Scientists call this the pre-dawn chorus. Thus, the expression was coined referring to humans rising early as an early bird, also known as morning larks. If you are lucky to be still hardwired as a morning lark from your childhood days, your chronotype, which is nothing but the way in which we sleep and wake, is in synchrony with your circadian rhythm. Have you ever thought how to get in tune with nature while being synchronous with the circadian and the natural rhythms of the day? The answer is simple, and all one needs to do is to practice waking up in Brahma Muhurta. Let's quickly brush up on how Brahma Muhurta time is calculated. According to Bharat's Vedic units of measurement of time, in the order of the moments in a day are known as Muhurta. In Sanskrit, Muhu means moment and Rita means order. Each day is divided into 30 Muhurtas, wherein each Muhurta is approximately 48 minutes long. 30 Muhurtas into 48 minutes is equivalent to 24 hours. 30 Muhurtas in each day is divided as 15 Muhurtas consisting of the night and 15 Muhurtas consisting of the day. Brahma Muhurta is the 14th Muhurta of the night and is the second last Muhurta before sunrise. Since each Muhurta lasts 48 minutes, therefore the Brahma Muhurta begins 1 hour and 36 minutes before sunrise. The time of sunrise varies each day according to geographic location and time of year. Thus, the time of the Brahma Muhurta also varies. Let's tread further to understand the essence of Brahma Muhurta. The heart or essence of all the 8 branches of Ayurveda is one of the primary root sources of Ayurvedic philosophy and protocol, providing clear guidelines in all aspects of health. Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthan quotes Brahma Muhurte Uttishtheta Swasto Rakshartha Mayushah Tatra Sarvartha Shantyayartam Smarecha Madhusudanam. This Sanskrit shloka translates as one should wake up in the Brahma Muhurta for sustaining perfect health and achieving a long lifespan as desired. Most of you listening to this episode here must be familiar with one of the most favored divine hymns, which is recited in the wee hours of the day to wake up the Lord across many temples in millions of households in Bharat and around the world. Suprabhatam. In Sanskrit, the term Su means good and Prabhat means morning. Suprabhatam means good morning. Suprabhatam also means auspicious dawn and is a Sanskrit prayer for Suprabhata Kavya genre. Suprabhata Kavya is a collection of hymns or verses recited early in the morning to awaken the deity. The genre of Suprabhata Kavya traces its origin to a single verse in the ancient literature of Bharat's Balakhanda of Valmiki Ramayana, where sage Vishwamitra calls out to Lord Ram to wake up. The sage quotes,
Kausalya supraja rama purva sandhya pravartate uttishta narashardula kartavyam devamanhikam.
This Sanskrit shloka translates to, O Lord Ram, the noble son of Kausalya, dawn is commencing. O best of men, wake up, the daily duties have to be performed. Sage Shushruta describes Brahma Muhurta as Panchamrita Vela, and in Sanskrit it means that time of the day where there is ample presence of the five physical elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space in its purest form without much external hindrance. Brahma Muhurta is a time when high level of prana, in Sanskrit it is defined as the vital life force or energy or the breath of life, which is an absolute necessary for the body, is adequately present in the atmosphere. During the pre-dawn hours, the universal cosmic energy constituting of prana, the breath of life, has abundant presence of these elements in the atmosphere in its purest form, vital for the human body. Meanwhile, when the environment is soothing, devoid of sound and pollution, the mind is calm, especially low on emotional fluxes, and it is the best time to be more inclined towards within for analyzing and aligning oneself to positive energy. The mind can be easily infused with positive thoughts, which is completely free from worldly inclinations. Also, at pre-dawn, there is considerable availability of freshly generated oxygen in the atmosphere. The oxygen levels in the atmosphere during these early hours is around 41%, which can easily mix with the blood protein hemoglobin, forming oxyhemoglobin that carries oxygen to our lungs and body cells, due to which the immune system benefits with high energy levels, stabilizing blood constituents and major body components. As the air will be in its purest form in synchrony with the primary qualities in nature, it brings harmony, peace of mind, and energizes one to stay active for the rest of the day. In the Part 2 episode, we have established that Ayurveda states between 2 a.m. in the pre-dawn hours to 6 a.m. in the morning is Vata time. The variation in dosha predominance in the human body is in accordance with a 24-hour cycle. The last part of the night is dominated by Vata dosha, and hence waking up during Brahma Muhurta time will bestow one with Vata advantage. A balanced Vata state helps in instilling stability in the physical and emotional well-being to maintain a disease-free health. Brahma Muhurta is also known as the time totality period of each day, where creative intelligence amplifies and supercharges our daily practices. To understand and harness energies is the fundamental aspect of the morning routine, and in Sanskrit it is known as Brahma Muhurta Charya. Brahma Muhurta Charya offers self-care practices for aligning oneself with the greater forces of one's physiology to function optimally throughout the daily routine, Dincharya. Hence, Brahma Muhurta recharges the soul to lead a balanced daily routine, Dincharya. Also, it is a significant time ideal for yoga and practicing of breath regulation techniques, catching up with some brisk walk or run and exercises. In the long run, these routines get converted into habits, and habits helps us to get through every day with minimum stress and deliberation. Ancient Bharat's Yoga Sutras say that at this time of the day, the creative force that fuels the universe sends a special ambrosia of power, energy, and life force into the air. And because it is the most receptive moment all day long, connecting with this force, with the divine, with extraordinary ease and depth for those who meditate or do other sacred practices during this time. Hence, Ayurveda defines this to be the ambrosial hours to wake up and begin one's daily activities. We now know that biological clocks are every living organism's innate timing device. Biological clocks produce circadian rhythms and regulate their timing. Changing the light-dark cycles can speed up, slow down, or reset the biological clocks as well as circadian rhythms. The best practice is to sleep as the darkness grows and waking up as the light appears. The secretions of the hormone melatonin crest during the night, exhibiting a robust circadian rhythmicity primarily at tuning growth hormones as well as regulating sleep cycle. The pineal gland secretes maximum melatonin required for the mind to be at ease naturally during Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta is defined as the golden ticket to balance one's doshas and empower the innate qualities such as harmony, positivity, balance, virtuousness, etc. for optimal health. The life force energy in Sanskrit is known as prana. Prana is the foundation of our existence. It fuels our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. These energy pathways serve as channels for the distribution of prana throughout the body. When the flow of prana is smooth and uninterrupted, we experience good health, mental clarity, and emotional stability. Conversely, when there are blockages in the energy channels, it can lead to imbalances and eventually manifest as illness or emotional disturbances. There are three fundamental energy pathways in the human body, also known as the nadis in Sanskrit, of which the central energy channel originates from the sacrum bone at the base of our spine and merges at the fontanelle on the top of the head. This central energy channel is known as the Sushumna Nadi. The name comes from the Sanskrit prefix Su meaning good and Mana meaning to think. Yoga adepts often explain that Sushumna actually means a joyful mind. The Sushumna Nadi is also called Brahma Nadi or the channel of the Absolute, which flows readily and one can enter into deep state of meditation. Hence, Brahma Muhurta helps to cultivate joyful mind which can be achieved through meditation. The Sushumna Nadi is the center of the wheel of life. During meditation, the mind rests from its outer activity and is naturally drawn towards the central channel of energy, becoming balanced. And when the attention is well anchored on that balanced flow of energy, an experience of deep joy illuminates the mind. This state of balanced energy is extremely well suited for inner exploration. When joy permeates the mind, one will naturally become more even-tempered, and compelling worldly matters seem less imposing when seen from this perspective. The mind is calm in its own joy, which is independent and self-effulgent. In essence, nurturing our energy system by understanding the role of these three energy channels is not just a pathway to physical and mental well-being, but also a journey towards spiritual awakening and inner harmony. Hence, a primal reason for our scriptures to speak very highly of pre-dawn and dusk. Both hours are favorable for meditation, yielding clarity of thoughts, motivates to accomplish goals by improving productivity, eventually leading to manifold success. Our sages and yogis made optimum use of Brahma Muhurta by meditating in this auspicious time. The cosmic vibrations are in tune with the universal consciousness, which regulates the mind, the physiological functions of the body, establishing a state of natural equilibrium. Apparently, no matter how powerful the meditation is during the rest of the hours in a day, the fruitfulness of meditation in the ambrosial hours is tenfold of the divine experience. So why all the hype around establishing a morning routine that works for you? Scientifically, we know that a lot takes place in the first couple of hours after awakening and that the mind and body are highly influential during this time. Research shows that your cortisol levels are naturally higher for these first few hours after awakening. Higher cortisol levels help to increase alertness, productivity, focus, energy, and most importantly, mood and mental health. Students can benefit by waking up during Brahma Muhurta and practice yoga, pranayama, exercises, and meditation. This helps students in preparing for their education and be more productive towards their goals. Remember, an early bird catches the worm. Although one may be hardwired to being a night owl or morning lark, most people fall somewhere in the middle. One can modify their sleep patterns with simple lifestyle changes. That can have a huge impact over time. When you use your own body clock to your advantage, you can optimize your productivity on and off to the best potential. By making it a daily routine to wake up during Brahma Muhurta, one can work wonders in your lives. Through these 3 episodes in our docu-series, we tried our best to bring to you the factors that are significant for human beings to follow nature's most efficient yet impactful rhythmic patterns. Bharat has been contributing to the world through Vedic science, which quintessentially have deep underlying contributions towards life on the earth. With this, one needs to inculcate habits that going forward become routines and routines become rituals. The key is finding the routines that work for you and maintaining them consistently. Ancient Ayurvedic wisdom teaches us to follow a daily schedule of eating, sleeping, digesting our food, working and exercising in accordance with our natural dosha rhythms in order to achieve optimal health. The closer our daily rhythms are aligned with the rhythm of nature, the closer we are to achieving mind-body balance and wellness. With this, we have come to the end of the Science of Brahma Muhurta docu-series, and I hope we have been able to provide you with as much as information that could not only motivate but also enhance your understanding about the significance of waking up in Brahma Muhurta. Thank you for watching this docu-series.